Shalom, shalom. Peace and blessings and grand rising. Exodus family. It's your brother Ron Exodus. Coming to you again early, because the early bird gets the worm, from beautiful West Africa, the Gambia. You know, like I was telling my folks, you know, they got y'all where y'all scared to come back home, but then I come down here to my private beach. And what do I see? What do I spy? You know, they down here, man. You know, this is tourist season where a lot of British, Germans, and the Dutch they come here for their holiday. You know, many of them are buying homes and land here in the Gambia, West Africa, which was a British colony, where they set up their same extractive political and economic institutions. They did all over this planet, man, and they still put leadership in place where they have access to the resources of this country. Wa alaikum salam, brother Abbas. Yeah, man. That's my bro. His family owns the restaurant and bar there, you know. Sharp brother, though. Yeah, he takes care of the tourists and whatnot, but he's a very conscious brother, and he knows exactly what's going on, you know. Well, we saw gold break out of that resistance of 4,100 that we were trading last week from 39.80 was the support. Around 4,000 and 4,100 were resistant. Well, we broke out of that 4,100 resistance level and traded all the way up to 4,180 yesterday. So now 4,200 is going to act as resistance until we break out of that. So we may be trading this zone a week or two, or we could have a breakout. But what I was trying to tell my brothers in my Telegram group, always know, now that you've learned how to kind of read the technical analysis side of it, where you see support and resistance, you see volume, you want to understand why. Why is gold all of a sudden trading up? And that's when you stay ahead of your news and you get the market sentiment. Well, market sentiment has grown from about 50% expecting a rate cut, and it's like a yo-yo. It's back up to 85% expecting a interest rate cut in December. President Trump has hinted at this, and a big thing is a crony that people are anticipating. The market is anticipating as being the next federal Fed chairman in the form of Kevin Hassett. You know, he's been a long time Trump crony, and if he gets that appointment, we're almost guaranteed a rate cut, which bodes well for us gold stackers or silver stackers, but it's gonna really be a whammy for the rest of the world with that dollar, which they're gonna be forced to continue to print more. You know, I pointed out to my group last night in our little brief chat, Zoom chat, that, you know, if you look at the 1980s, interest rates were, you know, about 13.75 to 14% interest rates. You know, these things started changing in the late 80s, early 90s, where they started lowering interest rates and took this whole Western world into a world from being savers to debtors, borrowers. Because you think about it, you have $100,000, you can put it in a savings account at 10% APY, your annual percentage rate, and you got over $110,000 at the end of that year when your interest rate is paid out. Now you think about the power of compounding that. The next year you're not getting that 10% on 100,000, you're getting 10% on 110,000. And that keeps compounding in the course of 10 years, man. You're looking good. You don't have to get into that casino of Wall Street. You know, you can just be a saver. But, hey, man, it is what it is. Just stay ahead. stay ahead of the curve. About to get my workout in, get my mind physically, mentally, and spiritually right for this market that's going to be opening about 12:30 my time here. So that gives me plenty of time to get ready. Man, tomorrow is that turkey deal over across that water and in Europe. You know, we don't do that over here on this side. But y'all be safe, be blessed. Peace.